everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time here with me today on my media channel. And today we are going to be unboxing what is sure to be a fun addition to any anime fans collection. It is the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon 3 film collection, 1993-1995. These are all three of the original movies, not the Crystal and Eternal movies and things like or Cosmos or things like that. This is the Sailor Moon R, S, and Super S movies. They're using the artwork for the R movie, which is pretty dynamic, although on the back, they have the artwork for all the posters. Personally, these are the images they should have used for the original Blu-ray release, not those, in my opinion, very simplified kitty covers for the previous films, but you know, whatever. It looks really nice. I like how they have like a little shine in the logo here. Do they have that on the back as well? Oh, they do. They have the shine on the back. Um, I don't know if there how many discs there are in this. I guess we'll find it when we open it. One thing that is we should note is that these discs are being presented in the 4:3 aspect ratio. Now, why is that important? Well, the Sailor Moon movies were animated in 4:3, but they were formatted to 1.85 for theatrical exhibition. And then when they would go to video, because 4:3 was the standard, it would fill the screen without having to compromise the image. Well, the original Blu-rays preserved the 1.85 aspect ratio to give it a more movie film. Either way you watch it, it's perfectly fine. But some fans did want to watch it in 4:3 because technically you get the full picture then. And so that's why this re-release is there. Now, hey everyone, this is Kevin from the future editing phase, and I figured this might actually be good to include in the post-edit. This is really important. So Fred Francis on X did like some information on the release. First of all, they confirm, which you're going to see, that underneath the slipcover is the same photo, so there's no randomizer there. I didn't think there would be. They confirmed that you have to select the movies. That's not a big deal. But here's the big thing, which we were just talking about. The movies are not in 4:3. They are in the widescreen aspect ratio. So the whole big selling point of this thing, that you could see the movies in the original 4:3 animated aspect ratio, is not true. And as confirmed, many special features like interviews and stuff have been removed. So we're going to continue with the unboxing, but I figured this was like a really important point to bring up, just in case that was the reason you were thinking of buying this. And I'm going to say right now, with that kind of false advertising and Viz Media having to know what a big deal that was going to be, they should really be offering refunds to anyone who bought this. It does not appear all of the special features have been ported over, so for those of you who bought those original discs, you might want to keep them. However, the featurette for the Sailor Moon, Sailor Guardians special, which was shown before the Sailor Moon R movie to basically introduce the characters to people who are not familiar with the franchise, that's been retained, as is the Ami's First Love special. So that is important. I like how Viz seals over the cardboard slip. Oh, and look, the shine is even on the side. So that's pretty cool. So if you just want to have all three of the movies on one disc, this might be the one to do. However, keep in mind, it is the 4:3 aspect ratio instead of the theatrical presentation, and not all of the special features may have been included. Now let's see what this looks like on the inside. It kind of feels like there's only one disc in there. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So underneath, here's the S cover. I guess the Super S cover, maybe that's going to be on the inside? Nope. I guess the Super S cover kind of gets the short end of the stick, although it's all on one disc. So there you go. I do like how all of the filmmaker information is right there. It's kind of a shame that this one got the shift, because regardless of what you think of the movie, that's not a bad cover by any means. I don't know. It seems like they should have had something well, but they do have the filmmaker information that's worth preserving. They're giving this a TV-14 rating, so I don't know, maybe that should have been the cover. That's a pretty nice cover, not gonna lie. The lettering gloss is not on this, so that's something to keep in mind. Wouldn't it be funny if they actually did like a randomized thing where underneath it was a different picture every time? Hey, if any of you bought this and you have a different cover, let me know if that's what ends up being the case. So it is all on one disc. That might be why some of the special features aren't there. I wouldn't expect quality issues. These movies are only an hour long each, with the two short films basically being 20 to 25 minutes each. So that's the 3-film collection. It will save some space on your shelf, but unfortunately, I'm going to end up keeping all of them because, again, I kind of like the presentation, the widescreen presentation. It's not that I am for cropping. I am totally against cropping, but you do have to keep in mind, even though it was animated by 4:3, it was animated with the intention that the image was going to be cropped to a 1.85 aspect ratio. So that, that is, what it's supposed to be viewed as. But I do like this artwork, and of course, I don't want to get rid of the special features on the other discs. That's just not going to happen. And I would like to know, though, do any of you have this? Are you going to get it? If you haven't gotten it yet, are you going to get this and forget the 3 individual releases, or you gonna try to get them all, or you're gonna get the 3 individual releases and skip this? I'd love to know what you're thinking. And by the way, it's something I'm gonna point out. The last time this series was available in America before Viz Media, Genion, who started out as Pioneer, they released box sets of the movies when their license was about to expire. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. In fact, there's no hint whatsoever that the license is expiring. And in fact, Viz Media also did re-release of the TV shows that had better picture quality, though worse packaging, in my opinion. So maybe this is just Viz Media basically making a new edition of the movies. I mean, again, the aspect ratio is going to be the big selling point for a lot of Sailor Moon fans because they were not impressed with the widescreen transfers, or not that they weren't impressed, but like they would just prefer to watch it in 4:3 rather than 1:85. But I would like to know what you all think and how you prefer to watch these Sailor Moon movies. Oh, and I should also mention, no, the old Pioneer dub is not included. I think that's pretty much lost its hand at times. And look, I know some people have nostalgic feelings for it, but that is objectively a terrible dub. It was very awful. So, this dub is so much better. But I'd like to know how you prefer to watch these. So, drill, let us know in the comments below, and I'll see you at the movies. Take care, everyone.
Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for making it to the end. Just a few more things. First of all, the names that you see on the screen, these are our Patreon and YouTube member supporters, and I thank each and every one of them. Their support helps me make exclusive videos for Patreon and YouTube members, as well as keep the channel running, and of course is just of huge kindness to me. Also, don't forget to check out the iCritic-led podcast on Spotify, Apple, Google, Deezer, whatever podcasting service you listen to, it is there. We definitely want to see you there. And hey, there's also other videos that you can check out. So, check out these other channels, these other videos, especially that one. I think that's a really good one.